Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye NewzLynx, young king, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. So in today's journey, we are still on our way to St. Mary. We stopped in Montego Bay and we got some gasoline. Continue to sit back, continue to relax, and continue to enjoy this journey with me. Now, from time to time, I have seen persons commenting and asking the questions. Popeye, nothing good no go on in Jamaica. Why you always have to carry the bad news? Why you don't carry some good news? Now, here is my answer. I live in Jamaica. I see what is happening in Jamaica on a daily basis. I have the right to report on what I want to report. And you have the right to listen to what you want to listen to. The JIS, Jamaica Information Service, and other such agencies, they have YouTube page. When you want to hear about the good that is happening, go and log onto those pages. Don't you think you or anyone else have the right to tell me what to talk about? Like I always say, we must face reality as it is, not as it was or how we wish it to be. That is the only way we are going to be able to tackle our issues or our problems. We are telling you what is happening. For those who want to sugarcoat and say this and that are for them business. We are facing reality.
Jungle man, Rima, Mobile man, every hand foot and pain land the war just a kill out with same one. Tired the courthouse and jail, even if you get bail every day, you have to report a station. Aye, wait a little bit. Tell the little youth the truth's a crime no benefit. Popeye NewzLynx, Teflon, young king, 1 yard, bless.
Now, we have two photographs to show you. First up, that man on your screen, his name is Lennox Wright. He was also known as Wani or Mark. We carried an extensive story about Wani on Sunday. If you haven't yet watched it, I implore you to go and watch it. It is suspected that Wani, he was taken out by hoodlums because he failed to hand over some guns that he was suspected to be in possession of. It is suspected that he failed to hand over these guns to the cronies of a hoodlum who is in prison. Secondly, we carried a story yesterday about Orlando Wright. He was also known as Kojo. We told you yesterday that we hadn't gotten Kojo's age, but Kojo was 27 years old. There is a picture of Kojo. Like we told you yesterday, Kojo, he was a hard-working man. We spoke with many persons in the Little London area, in the parish of Westmoreland, and they are telling us that Kojo, he was a yam farmer and they could depend on him for their weekly supply of yam. We are told that Kojo, he was not the target for these hoodlums, but he ended up being killed. We would like to say condolences to the family and friends of this hard-working man. May his soul rest in peace. Now, we carried a story yesterday and we told you that 3 persons were arrested and charged by the Westmoreland police. This is after an illegal gun was allegedly found in a house at Big Bridge in the parish of Westmoreland. Now, I'm going to bring your attention to something because many of you, I am sure, would have missed it. We had carried this story on this channel last year, but look on your screen. That was a release from the Jamaica Constabulary Force. That release was made April 21, 2021. It says, the 7 Alamar police arrested and charged 5 persons following the seizure of 2 guns and 10 rounds at Big Bridge in the parish of Westmoreland on April 20. The police at the time, they reported that they had seized a .38 revolver loaded with 6 rounds and a 9mm pistol with 4 live rounds. They had reported that they found the weapons in building blocks at the back of the premises. 2 males and 3 females were arrested and charged in relation to that find. One of the female, her name is Samaya Bantan. Samaya, She was a 20-year-old student at a teacher's college at the time. Also charged was Otis Curlew. He was 23 years old at the time. We are trying to ascertain what happened to that case, but when we carried the story last year, we told you that it would be hard to convict any of the 5 persons based on where the weapons were found by the police. Well, in the story yesterday that we carried, 2 males and 1 female were arrested and charged by the cops after they reportedly found a 9mm pistol in the living room where the 3 persons were. One of the males, his name is Otis Curlew. Yeah man, the same man who was arrested and charged last year. And the female who was charged, her name is Samaya Bantan. Samaya is now 21 years old. We are told that recently, Samaya graduated from a teacher's college and she's to start a teaching job at a prominent school in the parish of Westmoreland, September this year. All 3 persons who were charged by the cops, they will be going to the courts shortly to face their judgment. Let's see how this one plays out in the courts. Now, this next incident, sad indeed. That lady on your screen, her name is Kathleen Jumpp. Miss Jumpp, she was born on February 29th, 1949. She was 73 years old. As you can see, Miss Jumpp, she walked with a walker. She lived at Vanzillands in the Falmouth Gardens area in the parish of Trelawney. We are told that Monday night, August 22, 2022, Miss Jumpp was seen alive at a shop near to her home. She reportedly left the shop to go home. About 6:30 yesterday morning, Tuesday, August 23, 2022, residents of the area, they stumbled upon the body of Miss Jumpp. She was seen naked, lying in a pool of blood. She had what appeared to be dog bites and other wounds all over her body. Her walker, her handbag, and a foot of black shoe were seen close to her body. It is suspected that Miss Jumpp, she was mauled by some dogs in the area, but Deputy Superintendent Winston Milton, the acting commander for Trelawney, he's saying that even though it is suspected that Miss Jumpp was mauled to death by the dogs, the police are continuing their probe to conclusively determine the cause of her death. He's saying that the police are not just confining their investigations to dogs, but they are conducting investigations in the area and have interviewed persons. He also said that the police are awaiting the result of a post-mortem to determine the real cause of Miss Jump's demise. We would like to say condolences to Miss Jump's family and friends, and may her soul rest in peace. Sad indeed. Meanwhile, over in the parish of St. James, there was a similar incident. This one, it took place at a place named Appleton Hall in the Montego Bay Police area in the parish of St. James. We are learning that a man, his name is Mr. Bertram Robinson, but he was popularly known as Rasta. Next month, September 28th, Rasta, he would be celebrating his 74th birthday. Rasta, he lived at Hartford District in the parish of Westmoreland, but for years now, Rasta, he has been the caretaker for a property at Appleton Hall. So here is what we are learning about this incident. Rasta, he was last spoken to on the telephone some minutes to 8 o'clock yesterday morning, Tuesday, August 23, 2022. Now, about some minutes after 10 o'clock, a lady who also worked at the property, she stumbled on the body of Rasta under an ackee tree at the back of the property. Rasta, he had bite marks all over his body. We are told that he was so badly bitten that even his eyes were missing. The police were called and they commenced investigations. So we did some digging and we spoke to sources close to the investigation. And although the investigation is still ongoing, here is what is being theorized so far. Listen to me carefully now. A pair of shoes that Rasta was wearing, it was seen at the root of the ackee tree. That is an indication that it was Rasta who placed them there. You know, most people when they climb tree, Them climb it barefoot. Yeah man, Rasta's shoes was found at the root of the tree. His eyeglasses, his cellular phone and a lighter were also seen near to where the shoes were under the tree. A fresh ackee limb was found near to Rasta. It is theorized that Rasta, he may have climbed the ackee tree and fell off it. The limb that was seen close to him, it is suspected that Rasta may have stood on that limb and it tore down with him. It is also being theorized that when Rasta fell to the ground, he was injured, and at that time, he was mauled by the dogs. We are told that some dogs were seen in the yard with what appears to be blood on their bodies and their faces. The police, they are continuing their investigation, and a post-mortem examination will be done to determine the cause of Rasta's demise. We would like to say condolences to the family and friends of Rasta, who at 73 years old was still working for his honest bread. May his soul rest in peace. So, let me ask you something. Something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? Yeah man, the same thumbs up button. If you have not yet hit on it, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, remember, hit on the subscribe button. As also, hit on the notification bell, then click all. So that whenever we upload a new video, you will be the first to be notified. Now, let me tell you something. You see, if you are impatient, this is not the channel for you. If you have a short attention span, this is not the channel for you. Whenever I'm bringing a story to you, I normally do my research and I bring you all the relevant details so that you can better understand what is happening. So if you are gonna say I take too long to get to the point, let me tell you something. That is your business. That is how we have been bringing the stories from day one, and we are not gonna change. Now, we did some digging in the final story for today, and this is what we found out. If you are impatient, please walk good. That man on your screen, his name is Pete Flemming. He was popularly known as Stitch. Now, Stitch, he was 58 years old and he lived at Mint Road in the Grange Hill area in the parish of Westmoreland. For years now, Stitch operated a cook shop at Mint Road in Grange Hill. The name of that cook shop is Buckaluk Restaurant. Now, if you look on your screen, those are photographs of Stitch brother. His name is Linval Flemming. He was popularly known as Checky. On August 14, 2013, Checky was shot and killed in front of a gym that he frequents at Grange Hill. It is said that a guy who claimed to be the Don for the area, he claimed that Checky had disrespected him. As a result, he had ordered the death of Checky. Sufficing to say, that guy who ordered the hit on Checky and the guy who carried out the hit, we are told that he was an ex-soldier. They were both taken out by hoodlums. Now, that hoodlum on your screen, his name is O'Shane Hamilton, but he was popularly known as Osha. Osha was 26 years old and he lived at Mint Road in Grange Hill in the parish of Westmoreland. Yes, Osha was a hoodlum, but according to his mother, in a recent Jamaica Observer interview, he was trying to turn his life around. Anyhow, Osha, he was implicated in the killing of a goat farmer named Mr. Aaron Scarlett. Mr. Scarlett, he was otherwise called Dada, and he was 68 years old. He lived at Crowder District in the same Grange Hill area. On the early morning of Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022, Dada, he left home with 4 goats to a farmland in the Mint Road area. Dada, he was attacked and chopped to death, and the 4 goats were stolen. It was strongly believed that Osha was the hoodlum who carried out the act. As a matter of fact, he was picked up by the police, but we are told that Out of fear, an eyewitness to the incident went into hiding. Usher was involved in a lot of other crimes in the Grange Hill area. On the night of Monday, June 27th, 2022, about 9:30, Usher was shot and killed by hoodlums at Mint Road in Grange Hill. This killing, it took place near to Buckaluk Restaurant. Yeah man, near to Stitch Restaurant. We are told that the name of one of the hoodlums who shot and killed Usher was being called. It was suspected that it was Stitch who was in his restaurant on the night that Usher was killed, who had called that hoodlum's name. Mark you, we made some checks and we were told that Stitch, he did not give a statement to the police because according to him, he did not see who killed Usher. So, yesterday afternoon, Tuesday, August 23, 2022, about 5:30, Mr. Pete Flemming, also known as Stitch, age 58 years old, a father and most likely a grandfather, a man who made his living by cooking and selling food, a man who was not known to be involved in any criminality. He was in his restaurant when a motorcycle rode up with two hoodlums aboard. We are told that the hoodlums, they got off the bike and went into Stitch restaurant. They ordered food and Stitch, he was in the process of serving them when the two hoodlums, they brandished guns and opened a barrage of gunshots at Stitch. Stitch was hit in his upper body. The two hoodlums, they then jumped back onto the motorcycle and rode out of the community, making good their escape. The police, they were called and we are told that when they arrived on the scene, they saw Stitch lying on his back inside of his shop, bleeding from his upper body. Stitch was rushed to the Savannah Lamar Public Hospital by the police, but it was too late. He was pronounced DEAD on arrival. Now, when this crime scene was processed, we are told that a number of 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. Just like that, the life of another hard-working Jamaican is snuffed out at the hands of these hoodlums. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye NewzLynx and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them knock out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane, everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the